What's up, guys and girls? Welcome back to another Impulsive TCG video. Today, pretty simple. We're just keeping it real. We're just talking about some promo problems. I'm sure you've seen it in the news with Twitter and Instagram and all sorts of things like that about the new promo that just came out from McDonald's. You know which one I'm talking about. The one with the burger with Pikachu eating it. American people love that because you know what it has most? A burger, and you know what American people love the most? Burgers. So of course, it's going to be a super expensive card, even though they give it away in every single Happy Meal, and you can get as many as you want. Oh, you actually can't get as many as you want because they're all gone. Every single promo that was part of this promotion is all gone. McDonald's had to shut it down early, supposed to run for like 3 or 4 days, done after 24 hours. Lines were out the door at every single McDonald's in Japan, just to buy a bunch of Happy Meals and get as many of these promos as possible because, you know what? They wanted them all. And you know why? Because of all of the English TCG people were buying them up like crazy. Promos have been a real headache for a lot of years now, and you know, it's boiling over like crazy right now. Now, obviously, if you couldn't tell, we're going to be talking about promos and kind of the problems that have arisen from promos. I'm going to go over a couple of them here and just kind of talk about them and why Pokemon keeps deciding that they want to do these promos, even though it's shown time and time again that it just causes issues. But first off, if you're new, good like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. Would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers. At 100 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a PSA slab giveaway. So yeah, just go ahead and subscribe. Help me out a ton. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into it. Now, obviously, earlier in the intro, I went ahead and mentioned the Pikachu Burger McDonald's promo. Obviously, this has caused a lot of commotion online because McDonald's had to end it early. They had to issue like a whole apology statement to people how they're going to do better and all sorts of things. And I think a lot of people who are not in the United States didn't realize how big of an issue scalping has been here in the States and North America, because a lot of places aren't having this bad, it seems like. I know some people in my comment section have said the UK doesn't have as big an issue. Maybe Italian and German Pokemon cards aren't as, as not as prevalent. But at least here in the United States, it's been really bad. Japanese is also facing some shortage issues, and this McDonald's promo has kind of sent that soaring over the edge of the lines for these sorts of things have been astronomical. People were ordering 5, like the limit was 5, and somehow people were getting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 plus packs of these Pikachu promo cards. Mind you, this is a normal card that comes in a pack. Like, it's not super rare. Every single pack that has this promo card. So it's going to be super interesting to see where this card goes, and in the future, because there's a lot of them out there. I think right now it's like a $15 to $25 card, somewhere around that range. It's pretty cool. I like it, but personally I wouldn't be paying more than $10 for this card. But anyway, that's like the first one. Obviously this has had knock-on effects with the issues that there was the food waste, there was people getting into fights, there was obviously the scalping. But yeah, this has been a whole ordeal, and I think, when is Pokemon going to learn that these food promo things just have never worked out? And obviously another recent promo card that had almost the similar sort of knock-on effect of being limited and you had to go in person and get it was obviously the Grey Felt Hat Pikachu from the Van Gogh exhibit. This card caused so many issues when it first came out. People were storming the museum, trying to race to get the cards and do all sorts of... It was just causing a complete headache for the museum staff and Pokemon and just the people working there in general. And it caused a whole big, hoopla sort of thing of people wanted this card so bad. They're paying $150, $200. And, after it got I think they did a distribution on Pokemon Center. The hype had kind of died down a little bit. They redistributed it, got about $90 a card, dropped the price a lot. People were not as iffy on it anymore, and eventually, the price did rise with time. But there's still a ton of these out there. There's 40,000 PSA 10s, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, the Pokemon needs to learn, like I said earlier, that you can't do these real world events for Pokemon cards that are exclusive promotional cards in hype cycles like this, because it just causes more problems than what the card should be worth. All things considered, if they're going to do these limited exclusive ones, just do them through Pokemon Center. The distribution makes a lot easier, like they did it for the Worlds card. It's annoying if people can't get the card, because there's going to be people that buy out entire stocks and stuff like that, but at least it's all online. At least they can kind of limit it more so than, say, doing it in person and people line up, scalp, do all sorts of things. So I think they should just be handling these completely online, or just not be doing promotional cards like this in general during hype cycles. They should be more used as like boom devices to help grow people back into the hobby and pull people back in, as opposed to when there's already a ton of people in being like, oh, we're dropping this super exclusive thing that only a certain amount of people are going to be getting. And it's just, oh my gosh, I have to have this. It's the end of the world if I don't have it. And it's just, it causes a whole bunch of issues. So if you remember the Grey Felt Hat Pikachu, that's definitely one of these promos that I think could have been handled way better. Last promo I kind of want to talk about today, and this is kind of like a good example of a promo done correctly that's in limited supply, and that's the Chinese exclusive Mew. Now, I've been corrected. I thought there was like 10,000 plus, but there's only, I believe, 1,510 of these cards in existence. Like, it is a very limited supply. So that means that just everyday scalpers or people that just go out and, oh, I'm going to buy all the happy, those types of people cannot get their hands on this card to just flip. So it means that the supply is a lot more bottlenecked, and there's a lot less people that can just go and, oh, I'm just going to buy them all out, because there aren't a lot to buy out. They don't have the money to be able to pay $3,000 for one of these cards. And, you know, it makes it, I feel like, more desirable because there's a limited quantity, but not just everyone's able to get it and just quick flip it and, oh, I'm only about it for the money. Like, a lot of people who are collecting these got them. Now, obviously, they're worth an exorbitant amount, but I feel like this is how Pokemon should be doing these limited edition promos. I think they handled it well. I think if the Grey Felt Hat Pikachu was, what, 2,000, 3,000, even 10,000 copies total. That was all that existed. You know how much these cards would be worth. They would be like a lot more desirable, and there wouldn't have been as much headache for Pokemon having to deal with it. It's like, okay, we have 10,000 of these that are going to exist. We're not going to print any more. That's it. Like, or even if they were like, oh, we're going to do 20,000. We're going to distribute an extra 10,000 on Pokemon Center, especially during the bear market sort of cycle of when things weren't as hype. They would have seen a lot less problems, and I think they did well. This is a good commemorative promo for the Chinese scene. I think it's really cool. The artwork looks fantastic. I just think this is the correct way to go about for these sort of promos. But yeah, let me know what you think. That's pretty much all I've got to talk about today. The promos themselves have caused a lot of problems. I know we've been seeing it even now with products and things that are coming out, the Victini boxes. A lot of people have been wanting and haven't been able to find because people are wanting the promos. So I'm glad they're stepping up the promo game for recent releases, but you know, it's kind of a headache, I feel like, Pokemon they're causing for themselves because the current demand is way outweighing the supply. So let me know what you guys think. If you could like and subscribe, like I said, helps me out a ton. Join the Discord, also, links in the description. If you want to join that, would greatly appreciate it. But otherwise, thanks. Take care.